those people are not gonna get a ticket, most likely. So you end up with the left lane losers and the left lane hogs, which are probably the same exact people that are hoarding toilet paper right now. What's up, people? So today I am on my way to the shop like any other day, and I thought I would bring up the subject, how to drive flashy sports cars and not get tickets. It's so funny because I swear the baby boomer generation, you know, like my parents' generation and whatnot, are always like, well, if you drive a red car, you're gonna get tickets. You're a cop magnet. And the funny thing is, after all these years of driving sports cars of every color you can imagine, stripes, racing numbers, loud exhausts, fast cars, absurd cars, everything, I generally don't get tickets. And I've found all the myths about cop magnet cars generally not to be true. So I wanted to bring this up, and I know this is going to be a touchy-feely subject for a lot of people, and of course there's a lot of extraneous factors here. So for the sake of this discussion, let's just assume that the police are here as a service to the public for the value of society and the future, and we are all good citizens in this together, okay, to get somewhere intelligently and safely. Now that being said, car guys like to have fun. Young people, especially young men, like to have fun. And I'll be honest, it is fun to go fast and it is fun to drive sideways. Both of those things that will get you a ticket. So, how do I do these things and drive these fun cars all the time and not get tickets? Generally speaking, police officers are sitting in places of more densely populated areas. Generally speaking. So, the first thing I have to ask you is, assuming they're not just doing what is a typical speed trap, because yeah, we all know that exists. It's like, oh man, dude, that's, you know, you're just like, that is easy prey. I mean, you're gonna get nana of speeding ticket there. And as an example, Toledo, Ohio just shoots laser at people and hides above a thing and just nails like everybody on I-75. I mean, it's like they're spear fishing. I'm not even sure if that's kosher, but they do it anyway. So there's things like that that aren't real cool. But let's just say normally, if a cop is shooting radar, laser, or, you know, they're estimating or whatever, they're going to be in a densely populated area. So I simply asked you the question, why are you speeding so much in a densely populated area? Okay, that's a good question, because at a racetrack, a road racetrack, doesn't matter whether you're at Road America, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Watkins Glen, Road America, Mid-Ohio, doesn't matter. When you're in the pits and you're in the paddock with the race car, yeah, sure, a lot of the race cars have stupid tall first gears and don't engage the clutch until you're going a certain speed, so you can't like just idle around. But the race cars aren't just blazing through there like idiots, because there's spectators, there's people, there's crew, and we're all in this together, right? The fun place to go is out on the track and haul the mail and do it safely and smartly. So if you own a sports car or an interesting car of any kind, the best I can say is, don't drive like an asshole, okay? If you're blazing around a neighborhood with houses and stuff, you're probably gonna get a ticket and you probably deserve it. And so there's a state trooper sitting right there, and which is interesting because the staties have a reputation way beyond normal city police or sheriffs, etc. I'm not really sure why they're different, but they're different. I think they've got a harder day. I have no idea what it is, or maybe they're more, you know, they're more edgy with regard to leniency, because they're on major highways where you don't know people, you don't need a community, you're just trying to keep people getting from one place to the other intelligently. So that's the first one. If you're blazing around majorly populated areas, you might deserve to get a ticket, okay? So that's one. The next thing is, let's talk about highways, okay? Now, truth be told, in America, basically everybody speeds. They do. They do. Cars today are super safe. Tire technology is amazing. Everything is worthwhile. The only downside to it is people are distracted driving, which I'm not going to get into today. We're going to just talk this about getting tickets for speeding or doing things that are considered fun by car enthusiasts. So if you're on a highway or freeway, 2, 3 lanes, whatever, it's a really difficult thing nowadays because America does not enforce left lane to pass, right lane to cruise. So you end up with the left lane losers and the left lane hogs, which are probably the same exact people that are hoarding toilet paper right now. And they create a dangerous situation on the highway. So if somebody is driving along at a reasonable pace, maybe technically it's speeding, but they're driving on a reasonable pace that's totally safe, and you got these people clogging it up, all of a sudden you got cars backing up. And then you're gonna get the people that maybe are a little more confident driver that are like, well, I'm going around on the right and I'm gonna meander through traffic to get around. That is not the safest thing in the world to do. I'm not gonna say it's not safe at all, because, you know, it can be. And it can be safer than dealing with a left lane hog backing up traffic for miles and creating an unsafe situation. The trouble with scenarios like that is when you get somebody that's confident, that's like really speeding, like where a cop is probably not gonna let you off and they're probably gonna pull you over. When you start zooming through traffic like that and you're hauling the mail, you're doing like 10, 15, 20 over or something like that, you're really asking for it. And it's because you've kind of broken out of the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that just are going a little bit faster but do it in a safe way just to stay out of people's blind spots and whatnot and just keep the flow of traffic and cruise, and they can just breathe off the throttle and drop 5 miles an hour and just you're paying attention, they got good situational awareness, they're using good assured clear distance, those people are not going to get a ticket, most likely, okay? And especially if you pass somebody and then get back over to the right lane, generally speaking, if a police officer sees somebody driving in the right lane, they think you're okay. And even those people that might be going 5 or 10 miles an hour over, don't tell me, I'm not telling you this for certain, but I'm telling you this like in the human aspect, you're probably not gonna get a ticket, even if they're shooting laser at you, because it's like, okay, well, this person's in the right lane, they're not an idiot. They're not going really hardly any over, it's a general flow of traffic kind of thing. They don't want to mess with you. They don't want to do the paperwork on somebody like that. But they will do the paperwork on people out there being total jackwagons. So, you know, truth be told, I think everybody who's ever had a sports car has unleashed it a time or two. And every time you do that, you are definitely you are in an opportune time and environment to get a ticket. So, regarding speeding, that's kind of the general consensus of all those things. I want to come back to the thing about cops giving you a ticket and then how to interact with them, because that's a huge portion of getting tickets too. There's, you know, judgment calls by the police officer. The other aspect of getting tickets is, frankly, even if you're just trying to safely get to your destination, you are driving reasonably, you're going the speed limit like me, you can end up in new places you've never been. There can be a speed limit sign you can't see because it's behind a tree, or you pulled out on a road and the speed limit sign's behind you and you accelerate up, and the next thing you know, boom, you're speeding because the road looks like it's a 45 or 50 mile an hour road. Next thing you know, it's 25 or 35. Boom, cop, you're nailed. And it just depends on the officer's discretion, like, to that person and what they say. You know, you got to be respectful, you got to be kind, you got to be honest. Like, were you trying to be an asshole or not? You know, the cop's not there to beat you up. The cop's not there to take your money. The cop's not there to find a way to make money for the state. Come on, do you really think cops pulling people over is the best way to make money for a government? No, like that kind of revenue, it's just not worth it. The amount of time, effort, and money it takes a police officer to sit there and then go back and write up all the paperwork and how much it costs them to be and what they're effectively salaried an hour, you're losing money giving people tickets. So why should you give people tickets? Because it has to do with civic order, guys. You know, safety, intelligence, efficiency of how we get around. Hello? So can we just debunk that theory that it's out there to make money? Because it's just, I mean, like, it's just stupid. So, but it comes down to the discretion of the officer. Now, I'll be honest. I have been pulled over a time or two. I have been pulled over when I absolutely in no way knew anything was wrong. I got pulled over once in Monroe, Michigan for making a left turn where nothing was marked, where you couldn't, and I immediately realized it, pulled over to turn around. There was already a police officer having a very bad day, and I got a ticket. And it was truly marked like garbage. It was a situation that bites it. So, you know, there's going to be opportunities like that. Whether you're a 16-year-old driver or you're 46 years old, guys, that's just life. Sometimes it bites you. Sometimes you get the raw end of the deal. But that doesn't mean you have to be a jerk to the cop. Still be cool. Because they're having a rough day. I mean, like, they're always having a rough day. People always generally hate them. It's insane. It's insane. Go on a ride along once and see what it's like to be on the other side of the fence. Like, really, it's a thankless job. So just be cool, okay? Relax, roll down your window, turn the light on of the car if it's nighttime. Relax with your hands on the wheel. If they come up like, hello, how are you? Be chill. If you gotta reach for your wallet in a glove box or in your back pocket or in your jacket, be like, hey, my wallet's in my jacket, Pop. I'm just gonna reach for it now. Just tell them that. If you're just telling them what you're doing, you're being really cool, and you realize that for the police officer, generally it's a tense situation even when you have a traffic stop, because you never know what kind of lunatic is in there with a handgun or something, right? Just be chill. Know what they're going through, okay? And just be real. And if you think you're gonna lie to a cop and get away with that, you better be a sociopath, because they can smell that a mile away. That's what they do. They read people all day long. So just relax and be cool, okay? Generally speaking, cops are cool, and generally speaking, they don't want to do paperwork on your dumb ass. It's just like, it's really just that. I mean, if you don't want to get tickets, just treat your fellow men with respect on the road as well. Be cool when you're driving, and be cool if you happen to get pulled over and you're talking to a cop. If you seem like an individual that's out there as part of the betterment of a community and society, even if you're driving a fancy, flashy sports car, oftentimes cops are car guys. They'll be cool, but they're gonna make a judgment call. Are you a jackwagon that's just out there smacking around and you need to get pushed down a little bit? Then you're probably gonna get a ticket. Are you a respectful, responsible person? Maybe you were having just a little bit too much fun, okay? They might let you go, man. Just be chill. They're not there to beat you up, okay? They're just there to help out. So, yeah, I have gotten out of tickets because police officers realized I wasn't being a jackass, okay? But if you're doing triple digits, you're asking for it. You just are. If you're out there power sliding, one, you better be good at it, because that's a way to lose control of your car and cause damage. And two, you darn well better do it where no one's around. Just saying, okay? So I just want to bring this up because I know there's a lot of young people out there that wonder, and obviously being a car guy, you get to know a lot of people who drive fast and do things, or maybe even set records that are technically illegal. I don't know if that's my bag, but I like to keep the racing to the track, honestly. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation and one dumb thing to ruin it. So just remember that, everybody out there. You can have a lot of fun with cars, but we're all in this together. Let's be safe. And if you're gonna have fun in a car, just make sure you're being reasonably safe, okay? And we'll all try to do this together. People do make mistakes, and I am totally okay with letting people get past that. I don't like the internet age where we just destroy people's careers for no good reason, for just one tiny little thing. I think that's ridiculous. It creates a weird society. But beyond that, that's it, guys. I don't really get tickets. And I do drive sports cars and I do enjoy them. But the reason being is I'm not out there to hurt things or hurt people. We've all worked too hard to do that. Anyway, my nerd self is going to use my old Star Wars lunchbox and go to work. Get to work. See you guys next time.
I hope you enjoyed today's video, and naturally that you will subscribe, but please click that bell so I can continue to bring you wholesome and entertaining automotive content. Also, a huge thanks to Avalon King ceramic coating. They're supporting this channel and making this all possible. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to using it on all of my vehicles, including my old dirt bike. Ceramic coating bonds directly to the surface of your paint, trim, and plastics to give a long-lasting shine that beats all waxes. It lasts for years and it's easy to maintain. I've got it on my Viper right now, and my car has never looked this good. So give them a try. Again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to see you next time.